If you are watching this video, then more than likely you are considering either visiting or moving to the Destin-Fort Walton Beach area, and this area is known for its beaches. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking through some of the places that I think you need to visit if you are considering visiting or moving to the wonderful Destin-Fort Walton Beach area. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Hey everyone, Garrett O'Leary here with the O'Leary Brothers team here at Lead Realty, and I'm here to talk about all the things that I think you need to know about the Destin and Fort Walton Beach area, as well as the Emerald Coast in general. Now, like I said, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about some of the beaches that I think you need to visit if you're out here or if you're a new resident to the Destin and Fort Walton Beach area. But like I said, these are just some of my favorites, so if you are a resident of this area and have any recommendations for anybody that may be new, drop those in the comments below. But let's get into the video. All right, coming up first on this list of the beaches that I think you need to visit is actually a beach that I've talked about, I don't know, probably 1,000 times on this channel, but that is Okaloosa Island. Now, I'll be straightforward. Okaloosa Island has actually a number of beaches along, I would say, its whole stretch of land that are all kind of different names. So I'll bring up a couple of them, but the one I'm particularly talking about is actually Wayside Park, as well as the actual Destin-Fort Walton Beach. So what I like most about these beaches is that typically it's kind of where a lot of people go and visit. They tend to be kind of crowded, especially during the summer months or whenever the weather is perfect, which is kind of a lot of the times. But the great things about them is there's always a lot to do. There's a bunch of bars and restaurants where you can kind of hang out. They have volleyball nets. They have a bunch of other activities to kind of, do, especially if you're young, or it doesn't even matter. I like to go out there and play volleyball all the time, especially on the weekends. So there's a lot to do. Plus it's very nice, very well kept. Everybody that tends to be there is very friendly. I've had several instances where either I've kind of set up camp next to a group of people, and we've often kind of joined, just join their little group and often just kind of hang out. Now, coming up second on this list is actually Princess Beach. Now, Princess Beach is actually probably about a mile, maybe 2 miles east of kind of the beaches I just talked about. It's still on Okaloosa Island, so it's right there, just a little bit farther down. And what's kind of great about these beaches is that there's actually no kind of permanent structures. They're not allowed to build, so you're not going to have very many, or actually any for that matter, any buildings like, condos, resorts, things like that. Nothing of that sort is actually on these beaches. Now, the reason I like Princess Beach is that because it kind of offers anybody that may be visiting or any residents the option to have a more quiet, a more peaceful type beach feel, where you're not around as many people and you definitely have your private space. Now, I will say again, during summer times or just again, when the weather's really nice, a lot of people do go out to Princess Beach. It's still a very popular beach. It's kind of in between Destin and Fort Walton Beach, if I can even say that. But it's a great beach to go to. Again, very peaceful, very quiet. You don't have as much, buildings or permanent structures. It's kind of the untouched land. You basically just pull off of 98 right on the side and you just walk to the beach. It's really that simple. It's not that far of a walk from where you'd park your car to the actual beach. Very easy to get to. There's several access points throughout the little stretch where it would technically be. I prefer it. I like it. It kind of gives me that opportunity to kind of just be, I want to relax today. I don't want to talk to many people. I just want to sit down in a chair, read a book, and forget about everything else. That's what I go to Princess Beach for. But that would be the second beach that I recommend going to if you are in the Destin and Fort Walton Beach area. Okay, now let's actually move into the Destin area proper. That number one beach that's going to be in Destin is Noriega Point, and that is actually kind of an interesting beach to get to. It is still technically in Destin, but you do kind of have to go a kind of a roundabout way to get to it. Now, what I mean by that is if you cross over Destin coming from Fort Walton Beach, you'll have to drive about maybe 2 miles in, and you'll turn on Gulf Shore, and go all the way around. You'll follow that road all the way to a parking lot and it dead ends right into it. And that's how you get to Noriega Point. But let's get into why I like it. Now, Noriega Point is actually, I would say, overlooks everything that you'll want to see in Destin. And what I mean by that is that it's got kind of a Gulf view. And when I say that is because it actually technically isn't on the Gulf, it's right inside the harbor, but you kind of can see out into the Gulf. And what makes this little park cool is they actually have some inlets that are man-made, so kids and people can actually pull their boats into them to kind of have a calm spot to kind of swim in and hang out. But it is a very beautiful beach. It gives you really good views of just about everything. It's very calm. It's a lot of fun. Those inlets kind of give a good option for a lot of families that are out here. Plus, you do get to see Crab Island, so as much as you're not there, you feel like you're kind of part of that little party over there. And that's just, again, just on the other side of the bridge, which is probably 200, 300 yards away. So it's really not that far, but I will say do not swim over there. It's dangerous. Stay on the beach. Do not try to swim over there. You will need a boat. But again, a lot of people from Crab Island, when they're kind of done hanging out there for 2, 3, 4 hours, they'll come over to Noriega Point and hang out and, you know, park their boats right up on the sandbar right there. It's a lot of fun. It gets pretty crowded. I will say the parking there is not very good. You will have to either get there early, or I would say get lucky. Or, on the third option, is take a hike. I mean, you're gonna have to probably park a bit away, find some public parking, and then walk all the way there. I recommend trying out, or at least visiting Noriega Point if you have the opportunity to do so. Now, the second beach is actually gonna be a bit farther east, probably another couple miles, and that's gonna be Henderson Beach State Park. Now, Henderson Beach State Park is a place that I've brought up, again, probably a dozen or so times on this channel, and that's because it is one of my favorite beaches. It's a really unique experience because it's not quite in the middle of a city. It doesn't feel like you're, you know, in the tourist zone. And that's because it's actually kind of a safe zone, I'll put it like that, is that it's, again, it's a state park. So there's no structures besides kind of what's been built to kind of maintain and get everybody, you know, the ability to be on the beach. It's very clean. They maintain it and exceptionally well. So the city of Destin, kudos to you. You do a great job. I hope if you're watching this, thank you for doing all you do to keep our beaches clean. But Henderson Beach State Park is incredible. I've had a ton of fun each and every time I go. I do feel like it's kind of gives the same vibes as Princess Beach, where it's a little bit more peaceful. I find it to be much more of a relaxing time. I feel like I have ample space to kind of call my own if I want to just relax and hang out or be with a few of my friends. But if you like that kind of idea, then Henderson Beach State Park is where I recommend you going, especially if you are in Destin or maybe in the resorts in like the Destin, Sandestin area. Henderson State Beach is where I'd say go. There is a parking fee you do have to pay if you wanted to get onto the beach. I believe it's $5 still, but again, for the experience you'll have, that $5 will 100% be worth it. Now, the final beach I want to talk about is James Lee Beach. And of course, James Lee Beach is actually, again, not very much farther east of Henderson Beach State Park. It's maybe a mile, if that. But again, it's a beautiful beach, not as popular as Noriega Point, so it's gonna give you, again, kind of a ample space to kind of hang out. It is a smaller beach, so if it is on a busy day, you'll probably run into a handful of crowds. You might not have as much personal space as you maybe would like, but again, if you're kind of a social butterfly, that can kind of work out for you. But like always, it overlooks the Gulf. It's got an incredible view, especially when it comes to sunrises and sunsets. So if you are someone that wants to get up early in the morning, find your spot and spend the whole day there, then James Lee Beach might be the best place for you. I always find it kind of a comforting time because, again, you can walk to a few different restaurants here and there. It's got activities to do, not necessarily on the beach, but within walking distance. I recommend just checking it out. If you're looking for something different, you don't want some of a kind of a social experience as well as a little bit of free space, James Lee Beach might be the best option for you. But that wraps up the video today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, these are the beaches that I found to be the most enjoyable during my time here in the Destin-Fort Walton Beach area. It's the beaches that I frequent the most. And I hope you have some ideas that whether you're visiting soon or are here now or a new resident to the Emerald Coast and the Destin and Fort Walton Beach area, that you have some ideas on where you want to go to the beach. I will leave our contact information right here. So if you are considering moving to this area, go ahead and reach out to us. You can give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and we'll be happy to help in any way we can. But again, my name is Garrett. I'm with the O'Leary Brothers team, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.